Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. The other day on my channel I did a playthrough of the first level of Space Marine Adventures Rise of the Orks, which is a learning tutorial type level. At the time I said I would try to do a more difficult level on the channel, and that's what I am doing here. I have skipped level 2, which is the standard difficulty setting, and I have gone straight to level 3, which is the veteran level. And at this level we have an orc horde comprising 20 boys, 5 knobs, 10 commandos, 8 burner boys and 5 mega knobs, and we spawn 8 orcs per round. If you don't know how to play this game, you might want to check out some of my other videos first, because I go into the rules in some depth in those. In this video, my intention is just to crack on with it and see if we can survive this massive orc horde, because that's what veteran difficulty does. It creates the Waagh. It's the first time you face a massive horde of orcs. And then if you survive this level, you get to go on to the commander difficulty setting, which introduces special characters such as war bosses, weird boys, and pain boys. So although we don't have any special characters to deal with in this particular scenario, we are going to be heavily outnumbered. The first thing we have to do, I have already set up my Marines, I've positioned them accordingly. I have changed my setup from my last playthrough slightly. I have repositioned Brother Sergeant Angelus into a position where he can more readily get to dangerous areas. This particular generator here is quite easy for the orcs to get to, and I think having a big fella with a hammer there might dissuade them somewhat. So let's generate our starting band of orcs, 8 in total. We have a 3, and already this is a new type of orc. This is a burner boy. They are pretty much the same as orc boys, except they put out 3 points of damage rather than 2. 2. We have a boy on 2. 1. Nicely spread out. That's a commando. They are fast and tough. I need to deal with him quickly. 2 again. 2 again. And our first of 5 knobs. That could be a problem. 5. And yeah, this game obviously wants to start as it means to go on. We have a mega knob. Yes, they do live up to their name. 2 again. Luckily that's just a boy. And 5. Another boy. We now start the Terminator turn, and we go in command order from highest command to lowest command. So Brother Sergeant Angelus will move first. He gets 3 moves and 3 attacks, and because he only has a Thunder Hammer, he's not really got anything much he can do at the start of the game, but he is well positioned to go and pick up a token, so that's what we're going to do first. 1, 2. We remove the supply token from the board, we draw 2 cards, and we pick 1. The first card I have drawn is Perfect Shot. You can play this card after any Terminator misses an attack. Change the attack dice roll to a 6. The second card is Drive Them Back. You can play this card at any time, pick an Orc token, remove that Orc token from the board, and place it at the nearest Orc breach hex, following the rules for adding Orc tokens to the board. Both good cards, but I am going to take Perfect Shot because I think I'm going to need that, especially with a knob and a mega knob on the board. Now this is something that was mentioned in the comments of my previous video. Normally a Terminator that picks up a supply token has to finish their movement on that supply token, because the rules specifically state that you can pick up a supply token if you end a move action on that space. So for most of the Terminators, they can't move, pick up a token, and then continue their move. However, Brother Sergeant Angelus has a very specific rule for his movement. He takes 3 individual move actions of 1 space each. He has taken 2 move actions. He did finish his second move action on the supply token, so he is actually able to take his 3rd move, and he is going to do that. Next up is the Salamander, and really I want him to move 2 spaces around to where my Ultramarine is standing so that he can unleash his flamethrower at that group of Orks on spot 2. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to move through other Terminators or finish your movement on the same space as them, so he's kind of in a position where he can't help there. So instead, he's going to go and pick up that supply token to the north. Again, we draw 2 cards and pick one. The first card I've picked is KRAKSTORM. You can play this card before Brother Stormheart attacks. Brother Stormheart treats all Ork tokens as being 1 toughness lower to a minimum of 2 until the end of the round. The second card is JUGGERNAUT. You can play this card before a Terminator makes a move action. Treat the Terminator as having a move value of 3 for that move action. During that move action, the Terminator can move through Ork tokens. Both useful, but I'm going to have to go with KRAKSTORM because I think later on in the game I am going to need to clear out huge quantities of Orks. And even though it was the Salamander who picked that card up, because it is a card that is specifically for Brother Stormheart, it will go to the Brother Stormheart player. Next up is our Ultramarine, and he has his work cut out for him. He needs to protect this generator. But there are 2 Orks that can get to that generator this turn, which will immediately destroy one of my generators and cause problems. So, here's what we're going to do. He's going to move forward 2 spaces. That puts both this Ork and this Ork in clear line of sight to him. And I get 2 shots, and I'm going to take my first shot at the knob, requiring a 4 or more. That's a 5, that's a kill. 1 down, many to go. For my second shot, I'm obviously going to target the Ork boy who can get to the generator this turn. And I require a 3. That's a 6, that's good, that's big, I needed that right now. That was good, that's taken the pressure off just a little bit. Next up is Brother Etrus, the Imperial Fist with the autocannon. And he is going to head down this way because he wants to deal with this burner boy and anything that might be coming in along the bottom passage as the game progresses. Now from this position, he does have eyes on this burner boy. Unfortunately, the burner boy would be classed as being in cover because although I can draw a line from my hex to the burner boy's hex, I cannot draw that line center to center, and you only get a clear shot if the line is center to center. This means that the burner boy gets a toughness bonus of +1, so I need a 4 or more. Fortunately, the autocannon gets 3 shots, so I am hoping, law of averages, this burner boy is going down. That's a miss. But that is a hit and a kill. Finally, Brother Stormheart gets to attack, and he is going to launch a devastating barrage of missiles at these 2 Orks here. We are going to target the Mega Knob first. We need a 5 or more to kill him, and then we need a 3 or more to kill the Ork boy next to him, because when we shoot at range 3 or more with Brother Stormheart, he does splash damage and will target all of the enemies around the target enemy. I could use my KRAKSTORM at this point, which would lower the toughness of his targets, but I think it might be better to wait until there are a lot more bodies within the splash range so he can do massive devastation in one go. So for now, let's just see what we can do with 2 attacks. First, the Mega Knob, needing a 5. Ah, that's a miss. With that KRAKSTORM, that would have been a kill. And then, second attack against the boy. That's a 5, that does it. Wish I'd done those the other way round now. So the Mega Knob has survived. All in all, that could have gone a lot worse. I got 2 supply cards. I have temporarily saved one of my generators. And, yeah, thinned the horde a little bit. But of course, now the Orks will retaliate. The commander at the top has a choice of targets, both the generator on the top row and the generator on the fourth row are within the same distance from him. So in this case, I get to pick, and I'm going to move him straight along the top because it's going to position him for my salamander to set fire to him next turn. Next, the orcs at spawn point 2 will move, and they are going to move towards the generator. Neither of them will veer off to fight the Ultramarine because doing that would move them further away from the generator, and they will always prioritize the generator. Finally, we have our Mega Knob. He has 2 generators that are both 4 spaces away from him. And that finishes turn 1, so we need to spawn some new orcs. 1 on 5. It's just a boy. On 4. Another boy. 4 again. It's a knob. 4 again. Now this is interesting. I've drawn a boy and I have a choice of 2 places to put him. I can put him here, which will put him in a position where I could potentially hit him with a hammer, or I can put him here, which means I won't be able to hit him with the hammer, but he will be in clear line of sight to Brother Angelus, who is about to tromp around the corner. If I put him here, Brother Angelus would still be able to shoot at him from his space, I believe. Yes, he would, but it would be an obscured shot and the orc would have a toughness bonus. But I kind of think that's probably okay. I'm going to put him here. Let's see how that works out for me. 1. That's another commando. 6. Another burner boy. 4. That's a problem. It's another burner boy. And 2. That's another knob. It is time for the terminators to take action, and we're going to start by moving Brother Angelus 1 space. And we're going to hit this knob, needing a 5 or more. That's a 6. Brother Angelus there, pulling it out of the bag when we needed it. He has 2 movement points left and 2 attacks left. He is going to advance once. And then he's got 2 attacks on this boy. That's a miss. But that is a hit and a kill. Okay, next up we have Brother Magmus, the salamander. He needs to deal with those commandos up top, so that's where we're going. We are going to use our flamethrower. Our flamethrower will flame the 5 spaces immediately in front of us, so we'll actually attack both of the commandos. So we roll for the closest commando first, and because we are using the flamethrower, all toughnesses are reduced by 1, so we need a 3 or more to kill. That's a 6! Now for the second commando. That's a 3. Normally wouldn't be enough, but this time it is. Next up, Brother Lucian has to take drastic action. We are about to lose a generator. He is going to attack the boy directly in front of him, requiring a 3. Ah, that's a 1. I get a second attack. That's a 2. That is also a miss. We have problems. Brother Lucian is going to step into the breach. This is a very risky maneuver. While he is standing next to the orcs will tackle him and not the generator. So I am potentially sacrificing myself to keep the generator going. But I'm doing that because Brother Angelus has a chance to get into position to help out a little bit. So Brother Angelus goes, "This was not my original plan." He gets 3 attacks and he is shooting up, trying to clear out those orc boys. He kills the first one. He kills the second one. Now, does he have eyes on the knob? I don't know how well that came out on camera, but he does indeed have line of sight, but it is obscured. In which case, we need a 5. Oh, and that is a miss. Now I could use my perfect shot skill. If I use my perfect shot, that 1 becomes a 6. I've got 4 more mega knobs to deal with that require 5+ to kill. And perfect shot, they're really good for those guys. So I'm going to let it go for now. And we're going to move on to Brother Stormheart. Brother Stormheart is going to move 1 space because he is going to try and clear out some of these guys. From that position, I can actually target this one or this one. This one would be in clear line of sight. This one would be obscured line of sight. However, Brother Stormheart doesn't care about cover. He's firing explosive missiles everywhere. So I'm going to target the knob in the center, because then I will also get attacks on each of the adjacent orcs. So we need a 4 for the knob. It's another 1. Now this one for the burner. It's another 1. And this one for the boy. That's a 3. 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Like Meatloaf never said. Ooh, we're in for some fun now. So first of all, we would have to move orcs who would potentially be able to reach the closest generator, which is these 2 guys at the bottom here. They are both the same distance from the generator space, which has a terminator standing on it, thankfully. So I can move them in any order. I'm going to move the knob first, because that way he will be adjacent to Brother Angelus, and Brother Angelus will get 3 goes at bonking him on the head with his hammer. Now, because that knob has moved adjacent to Brother Angelus, he will attack Brother Angelus. Orcs don't roll for damage, they just immediately inflict the damage stated on their token sheet. The knob does 3 points of damage. However, Brother Angelus has a storm shield, and he reduces all damage to 1. So I take 1 point of damage. And now it's the burner boy's turn to activate. The way movement works is orcs will always prioritize the closest functioning generator, even if there is something blocking their way. So the fact I have a functioning generator with a terminator standing on it right there means that this burner boy won't move. He's going to stay exactly where he is, waiting patiently in line to have a go. Unfortunately, that is not true of the knob over on point 2. He is going to move, he is going to end adjacent to Brother Lucian, and he is going to inflict a massive 3 points of damage. Ouch. Now Brother Lucian takes his 3 hits. Maybe I should have used that perfect shot after all. It is very difficult in this game to get hit points back. You can only do it by retreating to the green spaces in the center of the board. Any marine finishing their activation on a green space will recover 1 wound. Okay, next up we have this boy. And then we have the burner boy up at the top. It's getting very burny on that top row. And that's it, it's time to spawn new orcs. 1. Burner boy. 5. That would be a mega knob then. 6. Boy. 5. That would also be a mega knob. This looks like a job for Brother Stormheart. 3. Just a boy. 3 again. Burner boy. 3 again. Another burner boy. And a 4. That's a commando. They are always a problem in that corner because they can reach the generator in a single move. Right. Last turn didn't go exactly according to plan. We're going to sort things out now. We're going to start with Brother Angelus, and he is going to beat up this knob. With a 6, exactly what I needed. He's now going to advance 1 space and attack the burner boy, needing a 3. That's a 5. Now I do have the movement to advance again to attack the commando, but if I do that, I am leaving the generator exposed, and if that boy there doesn't die this round, he will sneak down and destroy the generator. Alternatively, I could actually head up to fight him, and then this commando here will destroy the generator. So the best thing I can do, I know I'm going to take some damage for it, but the best thing I can do is just to move back onto the generator and hold the line. Turns out that card that we had before, Juggernaut, which allows you to move 3 spaces instead of your normal movement, would have been really good at this moment, because I could have used that to move 3 spaces instead of 1 for one of my move actions. That would have been huge. Anyway, my salamander has work to do on the top row. Needing a 2 for the burner boy. That's a 6. And then a 2 for the orc boy. That is a 5, almost off camera. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about the burner boy coming from the other direction. Next up is my ultramarine. He has to deal with this knob. He gets 2 shots, needing a 4. That's a 5, that's massive. Unfortunately, I don't have eyes on any other orcs, so I cannot take my second shot. But what I can do is I can use my movement to retreat onto that supply space, pick up some supplies that hopefully will aid me in destroying these mega knobs on the other side of the board. The first card I've picked is Diverted. You can play this card after an orc token is added to the board. Pick a different orc breach hex and place that orc token there instead, following the rules for adding orcs. Very useful, but not what I need right now. The second card is Scything Fire. You can play this card before Brother Etrus makes an attack action. Brother Etrus treats all toughness 3 orc tokens as being toughness 2 until the end of the round. That is what I need, and I'm probably going to use it right now. So next up, Brother Etrus is going to activate. He's going to start by moving. He's going to do a little dance to get around here. And then we're going to activate Scything Fire, the card we just picked up. So this one, and this one are all 2s. Needing a 2 for the burner boy. That's a kill. Needing a 2 for the second burner boy. That's a kill. Needing a 2 for the final orc. Oh, that's a 1. That's fine, because I've killed the 2 dangerous ones. That orc is going to head north towards the generator. He isn't going to bother Brother Etrus, and Brother Etrus can deal with him next turn. Okay, it's time for Brother Stormheart, and he needs a really big turn here. Something a little better than last turn. He is going to move 1. Then he's going to target the Mega Knob here, and we're going to activate our KRAKSTORM. The KRAKSTORM lowers the toughness of enemies to a minimum of 2 until the end of the round. First roll on the middle Mega Knob, requiring a 4. Oh, that's a 3. Do I want to activate Perfect Shot? Do I? I still have 3 rounds to go, and I've used 2 supply cards so far. The Mega Knobs are all going to go and challenge Brother Angelus. I'm going to let it slide for now. But I'm going to roll for the second Mega Knob, requiring a 4. And that's a 2. This guy's Cyclone Launcher is malfunctioning, seriously. I'm going to do it because otherwise I'm just going to get swarmed on that side. I'm going to use Perfect Shot. Play after any Terminator misses an attack, change the attack dice roll to a 6. That Mega Knob is dead. We've killed 2, there's 1 on the board, there are 2 more still to come. And now I have to roll a 2+ for that final boy. That's a 3. That's something, I guess. Well, that was a mixed bag, and Brother Angelus is about to become the meat in a horrible orc sandwich. First of all, the commando moves. And he will attack Brother Angelus, inflicting 1 wound. Next, the Mega Knob will move. And he will inflict another wound on Brother Angelus. The Orc Boy at point 3 will head towards the closest generator. The Burner Boy at the top will head towards the Salamander. And now we need to spawn some more. 3. It's a commando. 1. Just a boy. 5. Burner. 2. That's a commando. 1. Another boy. I think the Salamander might have something to say to those guys. 3. That's a knob. 4. Just a boy. And 3. Just a boy. Okay, that wasn't terrible. That wasn't the worst thing that's ever happened. Brother Angelus really is in a bit of a pickle though. He gets 3 attacks. He's obviously going to throw them all at that Mega Knob and try and take him down. That's how the Blood Angels do it. A 6 takes him straight out of action. I have 2 more attacks. I'm going to use 1 on the commando. That's a kill. Now I've got 1 attack and 3 move left. I don't want to stay on the generator this turn because that boy will pop around the corner and have a crack. However, the boy cannot actually reach the generator this turn, so I could go 3 spaces north, put my last attack into the Burner Boy, just in case the Cyclone Launcher fluffs up, and then the Cyclone Launcher will be in a position where he can help out wherever other things have gone wrong. So maybe I will do that. Okay, last attack. Needing a 3. It's another 6. You can always rely on Brother Angelus. Next, the Salamander needs to deal with these guys at the top. They are all within range 5, so he will attack them in sequence, and they are all toughness 2 because the flamethrower reduces their toughness by 1. Needing a 2 for the burner. That's a kill. Needing a 2 for the boy. That's a kill. And a 2 for the final boy. That's a kill. The Salamander could move, but I think he's fine. Right, the Ultramarine is up. And he's quite badly injured because that knob hit him really hard. But he has to stop this commando, so we're going to go to there. And then we're going to take 2 shots at the commando, requiring a 4. That's a miss. But that is a hit. Next up is Brother Etrus, and he is going to pick his targets carefully. It is worth noting in this game that you do not need to shoot the closest target, and you can shoot through other enemies. Enemies do not block line of sight to other enemies, only the walls will block your line of sight. So, I can shoot this orc here. So I need a 3 for this boy. That's a kill. For my second attack, I am taking on the knob, requiring a 4. That's a kill. And for his third shot, he's going to try and take out the commando because the commando is tougher. And that's a 5. That was a good call. And I still have movement. If I stay where I am, this orc boy will not move on his turn. Instead, he will just attack Brother Etrus. But I'm quite happy to pick up this supply token while I have an opportunity. So I'm going to back up 1. The first card is Decisive Action. You can play this card after any Terminator has moved or attacked. Make 1 move action with that Terminator. But what is always good is a guaranteed kill, and I have here for the Emperor. You can play this card after any Terminator misses an attack. Change the attack dice roll to a 4. I am taking that one. Finally, we have Brother Stormheart, who is looking to redeem himself for some pretty poor dice rolling. He hasn't got a lot of things he can do. There's 2 enemies he can target. He's going to go... We're targeting this orc boy. We require a 3. And Brother Stormheart continues to be completely useless. So we have 1 orc on the board. He will move 2 spaces towards the closest generator. Brother Angelus will have to dash back to deal with him. Time to spawn some more orcs. 4. It's another mega knob. 3. Oh, of course. I forgot to move this guy. He's going to go that way. Then we spawn another boy. 1. That's a commando. 6. That's a boy. 2. Uh-oh, that's a knob. 5. That's a boy who may well regret his decisions. 4. It's a commando. 2. It's another commando. Right, let's do something about it. Brother Angelus is going to attack the orc boy next to him, requiring a 3. Kill. He's going to move down to protect the generator. He has 2 more attacks. 3 is a kill. He has 1 attack left, but nothing he can attack with, so he's just going to stand there. Unfortunately, the salamander at the top of the board can't be particularly efficient with his flamethrower, so we're going to target the commando in the northeast sector, needing a 3. That's a kill. Next up, we have our Ultramarine. He is going to attack the knob first, needing a 4. Ah, that's a 1. Okay, second attack on the knob. Or, no. I'm going to use For the Emperor. For the Emperor changes an attack roll to a 4, so it's no good against mega knobs. So I'm going to use it against this knob, who is the biggest threat in this corner at the moment. And that will kill the knob. And now my Ultramarine is going to use his second attack on the commando, requiring a 4. And that's a kill. But now my Ultramarine has to decide if he's going to go and stand on the generator, knowing there is a chance he will take some damage. Yeah, he's going to do it. For the Emperor! Right, Brother Etrus needs to kill the orc that is standing next to our Ultramarine, but he does not have a clear line of sight where he is, because he is clipping the wall edge. So he is going to advance forward 1 space, and then he's going to put 3 shots into this orc boy. Unfortunately, although the autocannon gets 3 shots, each shot has to be on the same target or another target within 2 spaces of the original target, which means we cannot target this orc here, and we cannot target these orcs over here. So all 3 shots on this guy, needing a 3. 1. 6. That's more like it. Must have had a jam on the first one. And now it is time for Brother Stormheart to show his quality. If he advances 2 spaces, he can get eyes on this commando and will be able to attack both of those orcs. And we really want to kill that mega knob before he becomes a problem. So first strike on the commando, requiring a 4. That's a 5, that's a kill. About time, Brother Stormheart. And now we have a strike on the mega knob, requiring a 5. Come on, Stormheart. Ah, couldn't have got those dice rolls the other way around, could I? The mega knob lives. So it's time for the orcs to move. This one down here will advance 2, 1, 2, towards the nearest generator. The mega knob, 1, 2, and then he hits Brother Angelus for 1 damage. Brother Angelus is tough, but 2 more wounds and he is going down. And our last orc moves 2 up there. That's it. The final spawn. 4. We have a boy. 2. We have another boy. 1. That's a boy. 5. There he is, our final mega knob. 5 again. Burner. 2. That's a commando. 1. That's a boy. And 2. That is another commando. Our Ultramarine really is in a bad way right now. Okay, Brother Angelus, for goodness sake, kill this Mega Knob. Requiring a 5. That's a miss. That's a miss. And that is a miss. Oh, Brother Angelus. Problems, problems, problems. Okay, the Salamander is going to attack the Orc that is creeping up behind him, requiring a 2. That's enough for a kill. And now we are going to move with our Salamander. We're going to move this way. Next up is the Ultramarine. He is going to attack this commando up here. Oh, that's a 3. Okay. His second shot, he's going to shoot this boy here, requiring a 3. That's a 5. And now I am going to move. This is a very risky strategy that may cost me a generator, but fortune favours the bold. My Ultramarine is moving to there. And now Brother Etrus steps forwards. Brother Etrus is going to target the closest commando. He's got 3 shots. He needs to kill 2 commandos. If he can kill both commandos, the generator will survive. That's a 6. That's the first one. 2 more shots. And that's a 1. Final shot. 5. That's a kill. With no bullets left. I nearly killed this burner over here as well. Okay, that worked, but I'm not out of the woods yet. Because Brother Stormheart has to go and deal with that Mega Knob. And things have not been going well for Brother Stormheart this game. So he's going to target the burner boy at the front, requiring a 3. That's a 1. But he gets his splash attack on the Mega Knob, requiring a 5. That's a 5. He's killed a Mega Knob. After killing nothing for the whole game, he has killed a Mega Knob. Okay, we're almost out of the woods here. So first of all, the Mega Knob attacks Brother Angelus, inflicting his 5th wound. Next, the Orc boy moves up behind the Mega Knob. Next, the burner at spawn point 5 advances towards the generator, and he will actually kill Brother Angelus. He moves 2, he inflicts 3 wounds, which is taken down to 1 wound, but that is still enough to kill Brother Angelus. Brother Angelus goes for a nap. Up on spawn point 1, we'll position him like that. I wonder why. And then the boy at 2 will head towards the generator. There is nothing to spawn, so we go straight to the Terminator phase. Okay, so Brother Angelus is face down in the dirt right now, but he's a Terminator and he's not going to stay there for long. On his turn, the first thing he does is we have to move our grit tracker down by 1. That means we will not be getting a perfect victory in this game. Next, he stands up. And then he gets his actions as normal. He's going to start by having a word with the burner boy that took him out of action last round. That's a miss. Second attack. That's a kill. Brother Angelus has one attack left. He is obviously going to put it into the Mega Knob. He requires a 5. And it's only a 4. Next up, our Salamander will activate. He moves to there, and then he attempts to burn both of the boys, requiring a 2. That's a miss on the first one. And a miss on the second one. Oh my goodness. Well, that's a turn up for the books, isn't it? Next up, it is the Ultramarine. He's got to protect that generator. He can survive a hit from an Orc boy, so he's got to do it. He gets 2 attacks. That's a miss. Oh, my dice rolling has failed me. Second attack. And that's a 2 as well. This is a disaster. Next up is Brother Etrus. He is going to move 2 spaces. From there, he can get eyes on the Mega Knob, but the Mega Knob is at +1 toughness, so we need a 6. 3 shots to do it. That's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 6. Ooh. Ooh, it's tense. The Mega Knob is dead. Oh, I forgot to do something. When Brother Angelus stood up, he regains 1 hit point. That does mean 1 hit will knock him out again. Which means his fate is entirely in the hands of Brother Stormheart. And we all know how well that has gone in the past. Brother Stormheart targets the Orc boy, requiring a 3. It's a 4. Brother Stormheart pulls it out of the bag, kills himself a boy. It is now the Orc's turn. First of all, our Ultramarine takes 2 whacks from the Orc boy, and that puts him up to 5 wounds. 1 more wound will kill him. Next, the boys at the top will activate. The one closest to the Salamander will inflict 2 wounds on the Salamander. Now the wounds are coming in thick and fast. The Orc behind him will just wait. And that's it. There are no more Orcs to come onto the board, so we immediately go back to Brother Angelus. Not a lot for him to do, really. He's just going to have a wander about, I think. Next up is our Salamander. He's going to attack these 2 Orcs, requiring 2s. Let's see if we can do a little better than we did last time. That's a 2. That is a kill, but only just. I think his flamer must be running on empty. And a 2 is a kill again, but only just. Next up, we have our Ultramarine. 2 shots, point blank, in the face of an Orc boy, requiring a 3. That's a 1. But that's a 3. That's it. That's the kill. That takes the Orc off the board. That takes all the Orcs off the board. And surprisingly, I've won. I have not had a flawless victory. Sergeant Angelus went down once. Brother Magmus took 2 wounds. Brother Lucian took 5 wounds. Only Brother Etrus and Brother Stormheart remained unscathed. And Brother Stormheart spent most of the time arguing with the machine spirits about why his cyclone launcher wouldn't work. I picked up 4 supply tokens, so I had 4 cards, and they were not all as useful as they could have been. But let's not focus on the negatives. Let's focus on the fact that I have actually won this game on veteran difficulty. And I really didn't think I would, because I never have before. Normally, I managed to lose 3 Terminators, and as soon as you lose 3 Terminators, as soon as 3 Terminators are knocked out, it's game over. And as you can see, Once a Terminator is knocked out, they do come back into the game, but they only come back into the game with 1 wound, which means you do get a domino effect. Once you have lost a Terminator, it's very, very easy to lose him again, and then again. It generally is the case that once one goes down, he will just keep going down. You almost feel like it would be better if he just stayed out of action and you just relied on the ones that were still operational to finish the mission for him. But there we go, that is it. That is veteran difficulty. The next level up introduces a lot of special characters and it gets very messy indeed. I still can't believe I won. But there it is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. If you've liked it, please consider pressing the like button. If you've really liked it, please consider subscribing if you don't already do so. And hopefully, I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.